The tennis world was shaken after coach Juan Carlos Ferrero's latest comments about Carlos Alcaraz's physical condition. What seemed like a minor scare during his Tokyo campaign has now been revealed as a far more serious injury than initially reported. Ferrero's confession has set off alarms across the circuit, and it raises new questions about how much pain the young Spanish champion endured to keep winning. During the ATP 500 in Tokyo, Alcaraz stormed to the title in style, defeating a string of top players to capture yet another trophy in what has been one of the most successful seasons of his young career. But behind that triumphant smile was an injury that could have easily derailed everything. He twisted his ankle. "We thought he was going to retire that same day," Ferrero admitted in a recent interview. His words stunned fans who believed the problem had been minor. It was actually a grade 2 sprain. He played the entire tournament under daily treatment just to make it through. It was a revelation that changed how people viewed that victory. Alcaraz, just 22 years old and already the face of modern tennis, was competing through intense pain, refusing to let the injury define him. The win in Tokyo not only gave him his 8th title of the year but also helped him reclaim the world #1 ranking, overtaking Jannik Sinner after their epic US Open duel. But Ferrero's confession now adds a layer of admiration and concern. Was it courage or recklessness that kept Alcaraz on court? The Spanish coach clarified that the decision to continue had been carefully evaluated. "We were taking a lot of risks," Ferrero explained. "Not because of the ankle itself, but because when you compensate unconsciously, you can put too much stress on the knee or the hip. That's why we decided to skip Shanghai. It was time to stop and heal properly." The choice turned out to be a wise one. While Alcaraz rested, Shanghai unfolded into one of the strangest tournaments in recent memory. A Masters 1000 full of retirements, extreme humidity, and shocking results. Without Alcaraz or Sinner in the draw, the tournament saw unexpected finalists, including the story of the year, Valentin Vacherot, the world number 204, reaching the final after beating Novak Djokovic in the semis. Meanwhile, Alcaraz focused on recovery, spending his short break attending the Spanish Open golf event in Madrid alongside his Davis Cup captain, David Ferrer, and his friend, footballer Sergio Reguilón. It was a rare moment of calm, a reminder that even tennis warriors need to breathe. But rest time is over. Ferrero has confirmed that Alcaraz is back in full training, preparing for the upcoming Six Kings Slam in Riyadh, a glamorous exhibition that will reunite tennis's most dominant names, including Djokovic, Sinner, Zverev, and Tsitsipas. It may not be part of the ATP calendar, but it represents something much larger: prestige, pride, and an enormous prize. Each participant will receive $1.5 million just for competing, and the winner will take home up to $6 million, a figure that surpasses any Grand Slam payout. Alcaraz and Djokovic, the two players with the most Grand Slam titles among the six, will enter directly into the semifinals. Their rivalry continues to shape the sport's modern era. Both know that Riyadh is more than an exhibition. It's a psychological test before the high-stakes indoor season. Despite the concerns, Alcaraz's return has brought optimism. His ankle is healing well, and Ferrero insists he will arrive in top shape for the end-of-season push that includes the Paris Masters, the ATP Finals in Turin, and finally the Davis Cup in Bologna. The goals are ambitious, but for Alcaraz, that's nothing new. His consistency, mental toughness, and refusal to settle have already placed him in the same conversation as Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic, the legends he grew up idolizing. Yet, behind all the headlines and accolades lies the biggest challenge of his career: longevity. Tennis history is full of young prodigies who burned too bright too fast. Ferrero's job is to ensure Alcaraz doesn't follow that path. "We've learned that balance is key," he said. "It's not about playing every week. It's about playing smart." As the Spaniard returns to the court, the entire tennis world watches closely. Has he fully recovered? Will the ankle hold up under the pressure of long rallies and hard indoor surfaces? And most importantly, can he maintain his dominance through the closing stretch of 2025? One thing is certain: when Carlos Alcaraz steps back onto the court, every shot, every sprint, every scream of emotion will be scrutinized. Because when you're number one in the world, every movement tells a story. And as Ferrero's words remind us, behind every trophy lies sacrifice, often invisible, always immense. Stay tuned, because Carlos Alcaraz's comeback journey is only beginning. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to World News Tennis for all the latest updates from the world of tennis. Tennis Fire. The image of Carlos Alcaraz smiling during his practice session in Murcia has gone viral. After weeks of silence and speculation, the world number one is back on court, and that alone has ignited a sense of relief among fans and experts. Yet, despite the optimism, Juan Carlos Ferrero's revelation about the true extent of Alcaraz's ankle injury still lingers like a shadow over his return. It was worse than anyone realized, one member of his team admitted privately. What he did in Tokyo was superhuman. Indeed, the 22-year-old had played through a grade 2 sprain, a diagnosis that for most players would mean a 3-week rest minimum. Instead, Alcaraz played every round, covering the court with the same explosiveness that defines his game. His final in Tokyo against Taylor Fritz became an instant classic, a showcase of endurance, discipline, and pure willpower. What the crowd didn't see, however, were the hours of physiotherapy, ice baths, and pain management that followed each match. For Ferrero, this was a turning point. Carlos is learning that sometimes the smartest move is to stop, he said in an interview with Spanish television. That's maturity. You can't build a dynasty if you don't protect your body. Those words hit home not only for Alcaraz but for the entire tennis community, who has watched legends like Rafael Nadal struggle through endless cycles of injury and recovery. As the 2025 season enters its closing stretch, comparisons between Alcaraz and Nadal are unavoidable. Both are warriors by nature, but where Nadal's career was defined by relentless physical sacrifice, Alcaraz's new mission is sustainability. His approach has evolved. His team has adjusted his schedule, focusing on fewer tournaments but maximum impact. It's the same strategy that kept Federer and Djokovic at the top for nearly 2 decades. Meanwhile, in the wider tennis world, a different tension brews. Players like Jakub Mensik, Holger Rune, and Ben Shelton are voicing frustration at the near-total dominance of Alcaraz and Sinner. The young Czech, once considered the next big challenger, spoke candidly about this reality. Right now, Carlos and Jan-Nick are just on another level. Their consistency is unreal. Mensik's honesty reflects a growing sentiment among the ATP's rising generation, that breaking into the elite feels almost impossible. It's a strange era for men's tennis. The big three may be nearing their twilight, but their replacements have already created a new duopoly. Since 2023, only 2 names, Alcaraz and Sinner, have lifted Grand Slam trophies. Their rivalry has brought excitement back to the sport, but it has also widened the gap with the rest of the field. It's like they're playing a different sport, one commentator noted during the US Open final. The rest are fighting for bronze. But Alcaraz doesn't see it that way. To him, competition is essential. I want everyone to push me, he said during a Q&A after the Tokyo win. That's what keeps me improving. His mindset remains one of hunger and humility, a rare combination for someone already rewriting record books. And rewrite them he has. With 6 Grand Slam titles before turning 23, Alcaraz is now statistically ahead of Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic at the same age. Add to that his new $160 million Nike deal, the most lucrative sponsorship in tennis history, and it's clear he's not just dominating the sport, he's redefining it. His upcoming personal logo, set to debut at the ATP Finals in Turin, will officially place him in the same brand pantheon as Roger Federer's RF and Rafael Nadal's iconic bull insignia. But success brings pressure. The more he wins, the more is expected of him. Every training session is recorded, every step analyzed. The sports world wants to know, can he sustain this pace, physically and mentally? Ferrero believes so. He's more than talent, the coach insists. He's discipline and resilience. That's what separates great players from legends. The next test will be in Riyadh. The Six King Slam, an extravagant exhibition featuring the sport's top names, is more than just a show for Alcaraz. It's a statement, his chance to prove he's fully recovered and ready for the real battles ahead. The field includes Djokovic, Zverev, Sinner, Tsitsipas, and Fritz, a dream lineup for fans, and a perfect opportunity for Alcaraz to set the tone before heading into Paris. Ferrero confirmed that the preparation is already intense. We're not treating it like an exhibition, he explained. It's part of his competitive rhythm. Every match counts, even the ones without ranking points. For now, Alcaraz's focus is on rhythm, recovery, and readiness. His body is responding well, his movement looks fluid, and his trademark smile has returned, that unshakable symbol of confidence that fans have learned to associate with his rise. Because when Carlos Alcaraz smiles, it usually means one thing: he's ready to win again. If you're enjoying this exclusive look into Alcaraz's journey, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to World News Tennis, and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss an update on the king of the new generation. Tennis fire. As the sun sets over the training courts in Murcia, Carlos Alcaraz's rhythm echoes through the quiet air, a steady, thunderous sound of forehands and backhands striking cleanly off the strings. It's more than practice. It's recovery, transformation, and preparation for the next great battle. Every session feels symbolic now. After the ankle scare in Tokyo, every step, every sprint, every pivot is both a test and a declaration that the champion has returned. Juan Carlos Ferrero watches in silence from behind the baseline. He's been here before, guiding young prodigies through pressure and pain, but with Alcaraz, there's something different. He learns faster than anyone I've ever seen, Ferrero told Spanish media. You explain something once, and he adapts immediately. That's what makes him special. That adaptability will be crucial in the coming weeks. After the Six Kings Slam in Riyadh, Alcaraz's schedule intensifies. Paris, Turin, and Bologna. 3 cities, 3 challenges, and 3 chances to seal one of the greatest seasons in modern tennis. The stakes couldn't be higher. A clean sweep would mean finishing 2025 as year-end world number 1 for the 3rd consecutive time, with 2 Grand Slams and 10 total titles. An achievement that would officially place him in the realm of all-time greats before turning 23. But what makes this next chapter fascinating is not just Alcaraz's tennis. It's his mindset. Gone is the restless teenager who used to hit his way out of trouble. What we see now is a composed strategist who understands momentum, pacing, and emotional control. His inner circle says he's calmer than ever. He's learned to breathe through pressure, Ferrero revealed. He doesn't rush anymore. He knows that control is power. That maturity is what separates legends from prodigies. Federer found it after 2003, Nadal after his first Roland Garros, and Djokovic after overcoming heartbreak at Flushing Meadows. For Alcaraz, that turning point may have been the Tokyo injury. A reminder that invincibility is an illusion, but resilience is real. Physically, his recovery has been meticulous. Specialists from Madrid and Barcelona were brought in to design a customized rehabilitation plan. It focused not only on strengthening the ankle but also on improving balance and joint stability to prevent future injuries. It's all about sustainability, Ferrero emphasized. We're building a body that can handle the next decade of battles. The images from his latest practice sessions tell the story. The trademark explosiveness is back, but now accompanied by precision. His footwork looks sharper. His transitions smoother. There's no sign of hesitation when he slides into a forehand or rushes the net. The trademark intensity, that electric energy that makes him a fan favorite, has returned in full force. Meanwhile, the tennis world keeps buzzing. Djokovic's early exit in Shanghai and Sinner's forced retirement due to heat exhaustion have only magnified Alcaraz's aura. Commentators are already framing the Spaniard as the new standard of excellence. ESPN's analysis called him the complete modern prototype, a perfect fusion of Nadal's heart, Federer's creativity, and Djokovic's mental edge. It's high praise, but Alcaraz shrugs it off. I just want to be Carlos, he said in a recent interview. I don't want to copy anyone. I want to build my own path. And that path, it seems, is paved with both glory and responsibility. His new Nike deal, valued at over €160 million, isn't just a reward for success, it's a symbol of legacy. In Turin, he'll unveil his personal logo, designed to capture his spirit. Youth, passion, and relentless pursuit. It will mark his arrival not only as a tennis icon but as a global brand, the new face of the sport for the next generation. But beneath the glitz and sponsorships, the real Carlos Alcaraz remains grounded. Friends and family describe him as humble, still the same kid from El Palmar who smiles after every training session and jokes with ball boys. He never forgot where he came from, Ferrero said proudly. And that's why he'll go even further. The next frontier, however, won't be about fame, it will be about endurance. With tournaments stacked back-to-back, the travel, the pressure, and the physical toll will test him once again. Yet, those who know him best insist that he's more than ready. He's prepared not just to win, Ferrero concluded, but to build a dynasty. As the tennis calendar marches toward its grand finale, all eyes will be on the young Spaniard. Every serve in Riyadh, every rally in Paris, every point in Turin will carry the weight of expectation. But if there's one thing Alcaraz has shown the world, It's that he doesn't just play for trophies, he plays for legacy. When the final ball of 2025 drops, one truth may already be clear. We're not just witnessing the rise of a champion. We're watching the birth of an era. Tennis. Stay tuned to World News Tennis for the latest updates, in-depth analysis, and behind-the-scenes stories on Carlos Alcaraz's journey to greatness. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss the next chapter of tennis history. Collision.